Hello and welcome to our third XFDA podcast. My name's Gumbelt, this is Brad the Quick, and this is Pixie the Quick. And we're coming to you from Sanger, Texas at the state and national shoot. And I tell you, what a great day today. I had fun. How did you shoot today, Brad?
I shot okay. I got fifth, but I had fun.
Where did you come in the state?
I came in fifth place.
Fifth?
Mhm.
Well, you placed somewhere.
Yeah, I played somewhere.
I come 19th. Where did you come, Pixie?
I'm the number one loser. Well, I lost every one of them.
But listen, we had fun, didn't we? We had such a, and it ain't over. We still got another 2 days.
We got nationals tomorrow.
Nationals tomorrow. But today we have a real special guest, and I've been looking forward to interviewing her. She's from Colorado, and her name is Honey Badger, and we're going to bring her in now. Honey Badger, come on in.
All right,
Hi, everybody.
How you doing?
Hi. Very good. How are all you guys?
Yeah.
It's a fun day today.
So how did you shoot today, Honey Badger? Tell us. We
The
want to
whole
hear
weekend
the
shot
story.
well. I was a little off today, but I hung in there and got ladies
A
first
little
place.
off?
She's a little off.
How was you a little
A
off?
little off.
Tell everybody where you come today.
Oh, I came in first place today.
Yeah, she was a little off.
It's a little off.
But it was tough. Those ladies brought it. It was a great finals
Yeah.
for women, and they did some fantastic shooting and made me earn it.
Let's see this.
Well, this is
Okay, so
buckle you
this
got.
is great right here. Honey Badger, this is the world fastest time.
If you guys can see it from there.
She is a world record holder.
Yeah.
That is beautiful. You
Yeah.
earned
Yeah,
that.
that
This
is
one
a
I'm very,
beautiful
very proud
buckle.
of. I worked hard
Yeah.
to learn how to go fast, and I'm still working hard to
Yeah.
learn how to get faster.
Yeah.
That's still my goal, but very, very honored to have been able to shoot these and break the world. Like, this is just a special thing that's going to be able to travel with us. And
Right. Yeah, tell them about the buckle, where it's going to go.
Yeah.
What's going to happen.
Well, this is the XFDA world fast time buckle, I guess.
Yeah.
And so this is our traveling buckle. It's kind of a new
Yeah.
thing that we're doing. And if someone beats my record, which currently right now is at a 3:14, which is 3.314. If another one of the ladies beats that time with another record time and a backup shot, then this would be passed on to them.
Exactly.
So it's like a traveling buckle from them. So it definitely, I encourage them all. Pixie can do it. Anybody can just learn to shoot fast if you want it.
See, that buckle, because we'd only recently had it made, so the first holder of that buckle was Wyona Rowe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's
And
right.
you beat her, so that gets passed. It gets given to her and then passed on to
Right,
you.
exactly.
And we have their name and their time engraved on it with the date and all that. But
Right.
this is going to be a great thing traveling around this buckle.
It is beautiful. And from what I understand, Miss Pixie over here designed this.
Oh yes,
Yes,
exactly.
she did a beautiful job. It's a
She did
gorgeous,
great.
gorgeous
She's done a
buckle.
great job on that.
She also designed the XFDA logo.
Yeah,
Nice. She
Yep.
did a wonderful job. Nice.
yeah.
Yep.
Thank you.
She's really good.
How did you get into fast draw? And tell us a little bit about that and how you got in, who got you in it. And
Okay, well, I started shooting in 2013, and my husband actually had been invited by some friends that we knew to come out, and that was shooting with a club up in Pagosa Springs, Colorado, which is where I'm from. And so he went and said, "Oh, I'm going to go start shooting. This was a lot of fun." And so I just went with him one time just to kind of check it out. He's all, "You want to shoot?" And I'm like, "No, I think I'll just watch." And so, but the people were so wonderful. We really just had such a great group of people up in
Yeah.
Pagosa at that time. It was the local club. And I went, believe it or not, I went for 7 months, just going every month and just visiting.
And not shooting?
Never shooting.
Really?
And they kept telling me, "You need to try to shoot, you need to try to shoot." And I'm like, "I don't know if I can do this." And they're like, "No, just put," and Winchu, a lot of you know, and a lot of you out here too. Mongo Winch are actually, they had started the local club up in Pagosa Springs, Colorado. So she's like, "You just put a gun on and go try, you just go shoot." So I said, "Okay, I promise I'll try, but I'm not gonna promise I'll keep doing it." And I did, I wasn't very good, but I had so much fun. And I just like, this is challenging, this is fun.
I'm glad that you took it up.
Yeah.
I enjoy
Yeah.
shooting.
Look where you are.
That's it.
I know, that's exactly, it's come a long way.
How does it feel to be the woman world record holder multiple times over?
It's well, for one, it's very humbling because it's a tough thing to get to. It's harder
Yeah.
than people really realize. But it also feels really good because I had set that goal for myself to, as I started in shooting with shooting fast draw, I would watch the people and I'm like, this just looks like a lot of fun, and watch how fast. At that time, most of the men were the really fast shooters, and I just thought, I could do this. There's no reason why the women can't be shooting like this too. It was just my mindset, and wasn't it? You didn't have to be the most physical. You didn't have to be the youngest, and experienced. Because we laugh about it now, because the only thing I really ever shot is wax.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, you must have been shooting since you were a kid. No. No, not at all. So that's how I started.
What kind of gun and holster do you use?
I have a new Ruger Vaquero, and then my holster that I currently have, I've had several through the years. Morocco holster, which was great when I was first starting, and then right now I have an Ernie Hill holster. So, and I've been using that for quite a while. But it's a nice strong holster that's really helped me get some good speeds out of it. So currently that's what I have. So I have that one, and there's some great holster makers.
Well,
There's all kinds.
I remember when I first met you, back in Abilene, I think it was, and I was intimidated. I watched how you shoot, and I thought, man, this woman can shoot fast. Like, oh, I'm gonna look so stupid here. But I mean, I enjoyed it. I was nervous at the beginning, but after that, and I got to know you. I love shooting against you. I've beat you once or twice, I think, but again, only because you missed.
That's just it. At any given time,
I can't outrun you.
Game.
But yeah, I mean, you're a great shooter, I tell you.
Thank you
It's
very much.
such a pleasure to be shooting.
Thank you. I've worked really hard to learn, and I'm still working hard to learn, and that's one of my goals each time I go to any shoot. Is what can you learn to take away and take back home to practice and get better with.
But it's them good days and bad days.
Oh, absolutely, and that's true for everybody. And you hear people sometimes say, I don't think I'm going to be very good, or they might try it and they're hitting, say, like 1 second. And I'm like, we've all started slow, but they think they're not good enough. I'm not as fast as you are. I'm like, you don't have to be that fast. Go and have fun. First and foremost,
absolutely.
Go enjoy yourself and have a good time with it, because it's not a cut. That's one thing I do love about with our XFDA. We are competing against each other. But it's not cutthroat competition.
We encourage each other. That's the thing.
We absolutely
encourage
do.
each other.
We absolutely do. And when you guys beat me, or Pixie beats me, or she's got a great shot, I'm just as excited for her to get a great shot as if it was myself. So, and that's how everybody pretty much is with each other.
Yes.
Trying to help each other improve.
Well, we've had this conversation before. It's no good seeing someone that's not improving. We want to improve and get fast.
Right.
That's right.
That's what it's about, helping one another.
And I have seen so many people improve just in the last 2 years of shooting with this sport. Not just myself, but several. Look how many different pins that were won today with between the 4s and the 3s and the 2 speeds.
And the 2s.
And
I think it's the KPI that keeps everybody really driving hard.
It does.
Absolutely.
It does. It really helps to even the playing field if you want to talk about wins or losses, I guess. And I think that helps people think, okay, well, I can do this. And then no matter what your level of shooting, you're pushing yourself. If your level is only as a 0.8 number, that's still a push for you if that's where you shoot. So everybody's really giving their all.
What is your KPI?
My KPI right now is a 364.
364.
364.
100 seconds a second.
Pretty impressive.
She has to stay under every shot.
Yeah. Which most of the time I do. Everyone.
You do.
You start getting tired.
You stay under it pretty well.
For just over a year, I've been living in the 4s. And mine went down to 398, and I was so excited. And like now, if I pop a 4, I get mad.
Oh yeah.
What am I doing?
What did I do?
Oh, I was like, oh, the light's on.
You get so excited once you reach your goal, and then after you get that number, then you're racing to beat that number.
Yep,
and
it
just
never
ends.
stops.
It's like when me and you shot today, and you popped that 388.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I call it. It's kind of
I
like,
better try and speed up here.
it's kind of like like a cat and mouse game.
Yeah.
That's what I tell people. It's kind of like that because if you're trying to learn to get quick, you're chasing
Yeah.
after that speed.
That's exactly.
And then all of a sudden
Yeah.
you start losing, and then you go back to this. It's just a matter of both.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden your hits get better, then you go back to getting faster and miss again.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a cat and mouse game.
You've got a shoot coming up in Colorado, haven't you? When
Yes,
is
we
that?
have one in basically the end of July into August.
July, yeah.
That's the XFDA Colorado State.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's going to be a great shoot. I'm
Yeah, I
looking
don't have
forward
a calendar
to
for
that.
me, the exact date. You think I would know the exact date? The guys just tell me you're gonna be working.
That's because you're fixated on that
I
buckle
know,
at the
that's
moment.
exactly it. Yeah, my goal right now is I watch these guys shoot in the .2, the 2/10,
Yeah.
and I've done that before, and I've done it in practice. So now my goal is, I always tease them, I want that 2-pin.
Want a
That's
2-pin.
my goal is working.
You're gonna hit it. You are gonna do
will.
it.
Yeah.
Yes, I believe
I
that as
see
well.
it.
Well,
I
I
mean-
tell you, Honey Badger, I'm really proud of you getting that.
Thank
it's,
you.
It's great that you've got
Thank
it,
you.
and I'm proud of the XFDA to do that and hand that around and see how far it goes, you
Oh,
know.
absolutely. And I'm all about the other ladies. You go for it. Just like
Yeah.
what I did when I was first learning. If it's me that they're pushing towards to break the speed, do it.
Yeah,
You know,
you're a
work
good
towards it.
inspiration. I mean, the women come and see you, you are an inspiration to them.
Thank
I mean,
you.
when people see you, it's like, oh, I'm up against Honey Badger.
Yeah, I
You
know.
what I mean?
Uh-oh.
You got a name, it's not me, but
Some of the
God,
guys
I've got
say that.
Honey
I
Badger.
get that from men now too.
The men, she could beat half the men in the sport.
I know.
You know.
But I tell you, it's lovely to see you.
Thank you.
I'm so
Thank
glad
you.
you're here. You got something else to say, Brad?
Well, I mean,
How long do you plan on being in the sport?
As long as I can.
As long as you
There
can?
go.
I
Yeah,
think she's got a long ways to
I
go.
love doing it.
And do you have any other hobbies or?
Well, mainly this one's it now because I
Yeah.
do this quite a bit, and
Mhm.
so pretty much this is my major hobby that I do. We living in Colorado, we've done horseback riding and all that kind of thing too, and
Yeah.
hiking.
that's
Which
neat.
and I always enjoy that too. I like doing that. But after it's so funny because after I started shooting and wanting to work to learn to get fast,
Mhm.
it takes a lot of time and dedication.
It does take a lot
So
of time.
a lot of that's where
Really
a lot of
does.
my time went to.
That's one thing I want to. How much practice do you do?
Well, it depends on what I'm doing. When I was really working on trying to learn to go fast, and what I mean from there is I was shooting like mid-4s, but I wanted that 3s. I'm like, I want to get to those 3s, and so I started pushing myself, and I would practice 3 to 5 times a week,
Wow.
anywhere from 100 to 200 rounds a day.
Wow.
When I would shoot, I mean, I went through some. My husband always jokes, says we had to add another line item to our family budget.
How quick did you drop down from the 4s and in where
Well,
you're
you
at
know,
now? Was it a slow time, fast, or what happened?
Well, it varied. It really kind of varied. There was kind of a little bit of a lull between the low 4 to the 3, but I
Yeah.
got 1 3. It's when you're talking about getting excited about the 3 line. I was practicing at a range in Blaze. A lot of you know Blaze.
Yes.
Her and I were practicing together, and I got my first 3. It was a 3.99. I didn't care. There was a 3 on that display. You could have probably heard me across the whole field. I mean, we have like this ranch that's 430 acres. That's where we shoot at. And so, yeah, we laughed. I'm like, oh, I'm sure they heard me across the pond. I was so excited. But then I didn't get another one for a while. Then they started kind of coming again. And then each time it's been a little bit of a step. I don't know the exact time. I do know that I had started shooting in 2013, and I had only been shooting 6 months. I wasn't fast, but I was hitting my target.
Mhm.
And I did the Southern Territorial after 6 months of shooting, and I won.
Right.
And only because I just hit. At that time, my fastest time was a 5.8 something.
Wow.
But I was
Really?
I was a hitter. I just hit in
Yeah.
the low 6s consistently, and I ended up winning. And one of the guys there that shoots in the organization, the other organization, which is great too, was watching me, and he said, you've only been shooting 6 months. This is where I was talking about people wanting to help you.
Yeah.
You have a wonderful draw. You've got a good draw. At that time, I was just pushing out a little bit more.
Yeah,
And you
yeah.
guys know when you learn and you want to go quicker, you want to get that as tight to your body
Mhm.
and not be
Exactly.
poking it.
And that's hard
Yeah,
to
it's hard.
train.
It's
Yeah.
hard. So he
Very
just
hard.
gave me a couple pointers. I want you to go back and practice these, and I'll see you up in Colorado is going to be coming up. I think it was, I don't know, maybe a couple months after that or
Yeah.
something, or another one of the matches. And I did. I thought, okay, I'm going to practice. Well, I saw my 6s quickly drop down to low 5s. And then by the time I saw him again, I was hitting 4s and 4s and low 5s. And that was in a quick, he said, you've been practicing what I told you, haven't you? I said, yes, it's working. What else you got for me?
And
So,
she's broke the world
yeah.
record many times.
Oh,
I
yeah.
did.
Many
Yeah.
organizations.
I did. Like I said, I broke it, the one from another girl that had it, and that was really exciting. There was a couple of us shooting for it at that time, because there's some wonderful shooters in
Mhm.
that, men and women, and just wonderful people. But they were just really an inspiration, like you were talking about, for me. And so the two of us were trying to get it bad, and I got it that one. And nice, it was in my hometown at a
Mhm.
match that we were putting on in Colorado.
Wow.
And then I went to, that was in July, and then the following March I went to Arizona, and I broke it twice in one match.
Wow.
So, yeah, so, and then
That's
I did
amazing.
it in Deadwood at a nationals.
Yes.
I just kept, because I was working on it, I just kept getting quicker.
Yeah.
And then after a while, it just, that's,
Let me ask you one thing. When you're at home practicing,
mhm.
do you shoot faster when you're at home on your own practicing or anything? Or do you,
You know-
does it carry over to when you're in a competition?
Sometimes, because you're relaxed there.
Right.
You're comfortable there, you're relaxed there. But sometimes, a lot of my faster times are competition, is depending on who I'm shooting with.
Yeah.
Like if
Yeah.
I'm with Brad, or even yourself, it pushes me.
It's
And
adrenaline
sometimes
pump.
it's adrenaline, and
Mhm.
a lot of times that's when some of my best shots will come out.
Well,
So it varies.
with me, it's the reverse.
Yeah,
At the
the
moment.
reverse.
I've got to find out to reverse it because I can be standing here at this
Yeah.
range in the morning at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I practice here morning and night.
Yeah.
And I'll pop some good ones and go, I need to take that to the competition, and
Which-
it goes the other
Yeah,
way.
which you find is that's where the mentality comes
That's
in.
the mental
It's
game.
it's not your muscle memory.
No,
It's usually this
Yes.
gets in the way of that.
It's a mental toughness is what it
It
is. And
really
you know,
is.
and like what we're
Yeah.
saying, the mental toughness really comes out in the finals.
Yes.
That's when you gotta
Yeah.
do it, you know.
Yeah.
I find, I mean, I think it was, what's his name? I can't remember. He's out of Florida. IB Nobody.
Uh-huh.
His
Oh, yeah.
stance. I was shooting against him today, and he.
Yeah, everybody
And,
has
and I'm,
different-
I
Everybody
had
has
that in
their
my
own
peripheral vision, and I'm going, oh my god, I don't want. Why is he not just back there? And that's what, and I've got to overcome that. That's
Yeah.
what I've got to get.
Yes.
Everybody
He's
has
like-
their own stance.
They
Yeah.
Yes.
And
And that can get you.
it does, and that's why I tell, like, you don't have different people come up, especially with the women too, like, how did you learn, how do you, and they're trying to, I say copy, like how I started, I said, and I was telling them, especially if they're new shooters, and we have sometimes people that are new
Yeah.
coming to the club,
Mhm.
don't try to shoot like I am right now.
Mhm.
Right.
You need to just find your comfort zone. I said,
Exactly.
because how I shoot now is nowhere how it was when I first started,
Right.
or even when I first met you guys.
Mhm.
I used to be spread out and laid back a lot more,
Yeah.
and I've been
I remember
working
when
on
you did
remember?
that. I do, yeah.
Yeah, and I would find myself, my accuracy was very bad, so I changed up some stuff,
Right. Yeah.
and it's helped on that.
I tell everybody you gotta find your own flow.
That's
That
right.
works for you.
Absolutely.
Everybody's different, you know.
That's right, that's right.
Yeah.
And,
But-
and like I tell them too, very often you get really caught up in the wins and losses and what I call the competitive thing. And people, you can get very discouraged because we all have.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, we have days. And today I had to kind of catch myself getting discouraged a little in the finals because I got off so much.
Yeah, I
which
see
was
that.
it was the mentality.
It's the
It
mental
was
game.
tensing up too
You
much.
was missing.
More than I did
Yeah,
the
and
whole
I'm
week.
thinking, what's going on here? She's
Yes.
normally on it,
Yes.
and you can blame it on things mental or
Yeah.
fatigue.
Yeah.
The day was going on, you know.
No, it was a mental, and I knew it was.
Yeah.
It's, knowing it and correcting it are not always easy, but I usually just tell people, it's just, this is one of the things I said, talking to one of the other girls, is people aren't gonna always remember, like I happened to win today, the ladies Texas State,
Yeah.
but next year, people might not, who won that last year? But
Who
you know
was that
what,
last
they may
year?
not
There
remember.
was no,
There was no.
there was,
winners.
we
There
just
was
started
no-
doing
No,
women's and
but
men's separate.
that's just an example. It might just be,
Right.
who won?
Yeah.
Like, oh, when did who won that
I
last
think
year?
it was
Brad?
me.
Yeah.
Well, what they do remember is they're gonna remember how you made them feel when they walk away from this range after a long weekend. Like, Honey Badger really made me feel encouraged.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like you were talking, but they really made me feel comfortable. That was a great, those are the things that they're gonna lock in their brain. And that's what
Yeah.
I think with XFDA, that we all try to bring to each other. There's
Yeah.
that encouragement, because that is what they're gonna
Exactly,
carry with
yeah.
them, because that's character.
Yes, it is.
And that's what matters.
It's a
These
good
are
thing.
great, but
that-
that's not the most important thing.
It's a good thing
Yeah.
that the XFDA have got in with this world's fastest buckle and bringing the women's in the worlds with their own competition.
Mhm.
Because as we've said before, it's dominated by the men, but we need to recognise the women.
Yeah.
Because there's fast women out there.
Very fast, yes, they
So-
are.
Yeah. there are. There's
This one right here.
You're not
What
too
are some of
shabby
your
yourself,
goals?
my girl. My goal this year really was was not so much winning like the buckles. It was
Yeah.
about trying to, because my level now, I am at the level with most of the men.
Oh,
And
that's
so my goal is to I want to try to get into that top 10. So it was about earning points, because last year's top 15 competition, I didn't have enough matches in, and I just came up short by like 2 or 3 places because I didn't have enough scores in. So my goal this year is that I want to try to get the top 10 every time I go, and not about winning, it's about trying to get points. But also, I'm telling you, and you guys know, and if any of you have watched this stuff on YouTube or any of the competitions, we've got some strong competition out
Oh,
there.
yes, we do.
It is strong competition. The finals today were just intense.
Oh, yeah.
And so anytime if I get in the top 10, I don't care if I finish in the top 10, making it to that
Make
top
it
10
into the
is
top
huge.
10, yeah.
It's huge.
You
That's
want
really
them
been my
points.
goal. It hasn't been about the winning. I mean, it's always fun. Like
Yeah.
the record, I need to not make it too much of a goal. I just need to let it happen.
Yeah, exactly. It will too.
When you got in the top 10 against the men, that was pretty impressive.
She's done that a few times.
And I've been able to do that a few
Yeah.
times.
Quite a
now.
few times.
And so that for me is quite the accomplishment, because the caliber of these guys is
Yeah.
incredible.
Uh-huh.
And I told them I feel very honored to be able to run with some of you guys,
Right.
and the fact that they are thrilled with me being up there as well.
I love how humble you are about
Oh,
it.
thank you.
You've got a great
No,
personality.
thank you.
You're amazing.
Thank you so much.
Well-
I love this sport. You guys are all like fam. This is like our family.
That's what it's like.
It's my chosen family.
It's like a
How's
big
that?
giant family.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll probably speak for us all, but I love you, Honey Badger. You're
Thank
great
you.
to shoot against. I'm really glad I met you.
Thank you.
I mean,
too.
and you are a big inspiration.
Big time.
To men and women. you
Yes.
know, and
And you.
I look forward to shooting with you, and I'm sure these guys many more times.
Oh yeah, and we got 2 more days just this
Yeah,
trip
we've
to
got
have
2
a
more
wonderful
days.
Yeah,
time.
so got
Yes,
nationals
we do.
tomorrow.
That's right.
Well, I want to
It's
do
a long
well.
weekend.
I hope I don't get pulled against you. I mean,
If you do, we just have fun.
Just have fun. That's right. Just have fun.
well, anyway, as I said, thank you very much.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate you coming on.
Yeah.
And again, we look forward to you, and congratulations on your buckle.
Thank you
And
very,
the world
very much.
record holder.
Thank you. And hey, any of you out there, if you get an opportunity, get to one of these matches.
Yeah.
Come out and watch, even if you don't want to shoot necessarily right away. But I tell you, you put on a gun and start doing it, you're going to get, I call it a friendly addiction.
Yeah.
Because it very much is, it's wonderful, and there's great people. And we've been pretty blessed to have clubs all over the United
Yeah,
States right now.
exactly.
And if y'all want to check it out, go to xfdapro.com and you'll kind of see what we do a little
Yeah.
bit.
That's right.
Again, thank you, Honey Badger.
Thank
we
you.
love you to
Thank
death.
you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you guys.
All right.
Thank you.